It is January of this year, and I'm getting ready to start my pre-calc math class. Now, keep in mind that I have not taken a math class in over a year. I go into this class, I don't think I'm going to do too good, but I still had the belief that I would pass, even if ever so slightly. So, the first week, my laptop, and I'm looking at the coursework. I am perplexed, to say the least, about the coursework and the material that we have to complete every single week, and the request of my teacher to take 2 hours every day to do math. If you kept in mind the fact that I haven't done math in over a year, you can probably see that, you probably can tell that I was a little frustrated or a little mad. We come to the first exam. We want to see what grade I got. Go to the second exam, 69. Go to the third exam, got a 70. There's four tests in this class. Knew that in order for me to pass this class with at least a B, I would have to put in extra work. Intuitively, I knew that. Little did I know that by me doing that, I would end up realizing the importance of generating your own luck. Last exam, I got an 85, and then on my final, I got a 91. They say, what's the difference? Did you do 2 hours of work like the instructor said? No, didn't do that at all. Beginning, I was probably doing anywhere from like an hour. I would complete the homework and I just wouldn't do anything. I didn't do any of the study guides. I didn't do any of that. Little did I know that was the stuff I needed to do. We come to the end of the school year, and my 91, I got that by waking up early, doing math work all day long, and I actually was able to understand and comprehend the math. You might say this is not some crazy science and it's not some crazy thing that you want to hear in this video, but I think this is the thing that most people need to hear in this day and age. Because there's no such thing as getting rich quick. There's no such thing as getting things fast. Because to be honest, the most well worth things in life are the things hardest to earn. And that comes through effort and deliberate action. Luck, and you are tired of seeing others around you do better than you or do more than you, this video is for you. My name is Will, and I make videos on things to understand and clarify my thinking. With this clarification, I hope to help at least one person change at least one outcome in their life. So, why is luck real? When you look at luck through the lens that it just happens to you, it is very, 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 very easy to say it just happens, and you need luck for anything extraordinary to happen in your life. But this is not the case. It's only the case if you truly believe it just happens. Now, if you believe in a deity, I think everyone should believe in something higher than them. There's luck there. That's like cosmic luck. Things just get lined up perfectly. But there is luck that can be generated through just pure action. And in this video, I'll explain that. Actionable step. Close your eyes and imagine a person you look up to. This could be an athlete, an actor, an artist, an engineer, an academic. Who cares? Imagine and really think for a sec why you admire them so much. Is it for the sacrifices they've made that seem like this just godlike almost? Is it the hard work that you see on a daily basis from them? When they get on that field or they get on the court or when they get to the canvas, you see the work that they've put in over years and years and years. Now open your eyes. That's it for a sec. Now imagine a person who won the lottery. They go into the convenience store or the corner store, they go get a lottery ticket, and now go home on the TV, and they now see that they've won $100 million. You may say, why do they deserve it? And you might be getting a little bit mad about that because it's like, okay, they didn't really do anything. That's exactly what the premise of this video is about. Deserving what you earn. Not deserve what you earn. It doesn't stick as much. Think about the lottery winner again. Do you see the sacrifices they've made? Probably not. To get that money. This is why on average, and I'm not even gonna say an average, when I looked on the internet, 70% of people who win the lottery go bankrupt. Says also 1/3 do. So we can say this is a range between 33% to 70%. That is a wide margin. By example, in my head, I was thinking about Alex Hormozy, and I can see the sacrifices he made, the actions he's taken to get where he is. He he didn't drop out of school, but he quit his job. He moved across the country. He started his gym business. He went through hard times. And when you listen to his story, you can visibly see that he's been through some stuff. Now he's running a multi-million-dollar acquisition company. You don't get to run something like that unless you deserve it. Here are some examples in Buddhist literature, and it may be Hindu literature, I'm not sure, but I'm going to save this Buddhist literature. It's called karma. The internet's definition says the relationship between a person's mental or physical action and the consequences following that action. See where I'm getting here now? My personal definition of this, when I sum it up, is you get what you deserve. Majority of the time. If you hit somebody, you'll probably get hit back. It's just that. You provoke the action, so you get something equal and opposite. Second actionable step now. Sit still and journal. And what I want you to do is I want you to pause this video. And also as a side note, if you don't have this video in full screen, put it in full screen so you can focus, because I want this to help you. Sit still and journal for 5 minutes about what you can do to be deserving of X. A simple prompt could be, what could I do to be deserving of a better future? Now, if we define that future, you can start be thinking of maybe, how do I be deserving of more love? How can I be deserving of a great wife? How can I be deserving of, a better relationship with my kids? And when you generate those things, when you think about better love, to be deserving of love, you should probably give more love. To be deserving of a great wife, you should think about trying to be a better husband. To have great kids and relationship with your kids, you should probably generate ideas about how can I be a better father. That's where most of the work is put in. Once you think of those ideas, those are actionable steps right there. We're not done with this actionable step. Most of the time, when you do this, you will find that you have to put in an action to get an equal and opposite reaction. Now, for the science nerds who are watching this, you might already know the law of this, but we're going to get to that later. Back in the day when I used to watch Hamza, and I still do, he said that to be the guy who gets invited places, you must invite others to places. You see what I'm getting at here? You can't just expect to get invited anywhere if you don't invite others anywhere. It is unrealistic to expect people to invite you anywhere if you don't invite them anywhere. You may say, well, I did this and I didn't get invited anywhere after. In this situation, if you invited somewhere, and they didn't invite you back, maybe they just aren't your friends. But that's something for you to think about, and that's another conversation for another video. And it has to do with reciprocity too. A lot of this stuff has to just do with the basic premise of reciprocity, which is just you give and you get the same thing. You give and you get. This leads on to what the science nerds will probably know, Newton's third law. What does it state, you may ask? It states, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. See what I'm getting here? So let's think of an example, something random. Well, if I were to push my water bottle really hard on my desk, for example, let me just grab it really quickly. I'm actually gonna do this because it's pretty loud. See, it's a metal water bottle. But if I were to push it really hard, what would happen? It would fall over, right? It's the same thing. It's like force. You put enough force on it, it tips over. So when you think about this in basically the real world, any action you make has an equal and opposite reaction. Thing about this is that people don't understand. They want it now, so they're not willing to put in the effort to get it. So just think, a person who's putting in an hour a day, let's say writing, for example, writing a day for 365 days, they get output? Yeah, they'll become a better writer. But compare that to a person who's writing 4 hours a day, almost quadruple that time. Wouldn't you expect them to get almost nearly 4 times the output or more because they did that? Yes. Inputs and outputs. In the Bible, there's a concept called reaping and sowing. In Galatians, it states, a man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we'll reap a harvest if we do not give up. Patient while planting the seed, get what we deserve. See where I'm hitting out here. Luck is not something that just happens. It comes through planting a seed, which is the action or a habit or a behavior or a change in character. And as years go on, months go on, you'll eventually see something equal that. Even if it might be what you want to see, you will most likely see something equal to that initial action and output you put in. Think about a computer program. You give it an input, it gives you an output. It's the same thing. You see this thing everywhere. Now, not everything is zeros and ones and binary and stuff. There's some nuance to this, obviously. But you see where I'm getting at here. Inputs will eventually, if you are patient enough, equal your outputs. People think that luck cannot be generated. But you, the one who finished this video, does. And I hope this video has changed your perspective on luck. And you can now go out, change some things in your everyday life. And maybe change the trajectory of your situation and contribute more in your area. Do what you want with this video, and have a good week.